Hey y'all, it's Mary with Stamps-N-Lingers, and it is Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, which means it is time for a Facebook Live video. We're going to just double check that I am transmitilating over here and make it so that I can see y'all when you come. So when you get on, give me a thumbs up, give me a hey, give me a hello, give me a hey Mary, what's up? All right, looks like we're transmitilating, so that is a good thing. This is the Whimsical Trees bundle with the Whimsy and Wonder specialty DSP. Hey Shirley, hi Nancy, hey Rosie, hey Mary. Appreciate y'all joining. Hi Debbie. And as you'll see tomorrow, I'm going to write this in my blog post tomorrow. I should not love this paper as much as I do. It is, with the exception of the Mossy Meadow and maybe the Misty Moonlight, this is so far out of my wheelhouse in the color realm, it's not even funny. I've already said 100 billion times, I don't know why I love polished pink so much, but I do. And here it is combined with Blushing Bride and the Mossy Meadow and the Misty Moonlight, and I just love it. Add in some silver foil embossing. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, who wouldn't love that paper? Or this beautiful holly with the silver? Or look at these trees. I mean, serious. How pretty is that with mint macaron? It's gorgeous. I know. Deborah, I am sorry, but you're going to want this bundle. Just straight up. Just straight up. You're going to want this bundle. All right, so here is the card that I made for you using the Whimsical Trees, the ornaments only. That's all I used was the ornaments and the sentiments and, okay, that holly. Okay, so my, like 3 or 4 out of 7. Okay, you're right. I used almost all of it. And then this is the die set that goes with it called Christmas Trees, and I really only used this die right here. It is what cuts out this pretty holly. But you'll see it is a lot of dies, so if you're a magnet person, just plan on 2 6x7 magnets, and that's handy because, you know, Stampin' Storage has them on sale right now for 20% off, so you probably ought to get you up some. Karen, yes, you do want this sweet. I know it's pink Christmas is weird, but I'm just saying, I've told you all this if you haven't been on too many times. My grandparents always had a white flocked Christmas tree, and we had pink and silver ornaments on it. And it was so non-traditional. Next door at our house, we had all the regular things. We had colored lights, which I wasn't a fan of. I like white lights on a tree, but, you know, it was my parents. And so we had colored tree lights. And so I got both worlds. I got the best of both worlds. But this color combination right here makes me think of my grandparents and those Christmas decorations there. So I really, really love this. Here's the inside. And some more of the polished pink, and you can see it goes very nicely with my Blushing Bride card base. Now, we are going to use the amazing and awesome Stampopotamus to do this today. This is Hinge stepping right here in 2 phases. So let me get you that shown. You do not need to worry about taking any notes as far as... I know, it just got lucky. My nails, fortunately, I didn't change out the manicure or they wouldn't have matched. I'm having way too much fun with my Color Street stuff. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Okay, now let's talk about setting up your Stamparatus to do hinge stepping. I decided to do it with the acrylic plate at the top. You could actually also do it on the side, but then you'd be running up your cardstock like this, and that just felt backwards to me. So what I did is I put the cardstock right up against the top, and then I pulled it down 1, okay? Just so that I could run the image right up the top of the cardstock, okay? So I'm going to hold it in place with a few magnets. And then I'm going to put this where I want my first image. Now, here is the biggest thing. You want it straight up and down, because, you know, ornaments, they hang straight up and down. Just throwing that out there. All right. So I am just kind of eyeballing, putting it right there, and I'm eyeballing that line with my grid line. Okay, so the grids are very handy to have. And I'm going to push it up just enough to be sure that I'm going up off of the top of the card base. And then I'm going to pick up my stamp. Okay, so basically what we're going to do, and it doesn't look very straight right there, does it? I don't like how that looked. Let me see how it looks when I go down like this. Nope. Okay. Tell you what I'm going to do just to help myself out, just to be sure I know what's going on here. I'm going to make it as straight as I can and pick it up, and then I'm going to pick up my cardstock and give it a quick stamp. That way I can really, I won't be guessing anymore. I'll be knowing. And see, it is in fact crookedy. So I'm going to fix it a little bit straighter, like that. And that is still crooked. Goodness gracious. Now I promise I did not have this much trouble. There we go. I did not have this much trouble making the sample. Yeah, okay. So let's put that down again. Try it again, but already I have black all over it. So we're going to turn it over. Like so. And we'll put a magnet on to hold it in place. Be sure we're far enough over. We are. Pull it down like that. There we go. Pull. Oh, I just talked to it like it was one of my ponies. Pull. That doesn't work. Just so you know, cardstock does not listen to whoa. Hello from Oshkosh. Are you seeing the air show, Lois? We've been seeing that on that it's back this year. I guess it was canceled last year. Okay, so we've stamped it one time. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the acrylic plate, and I'm going to move it down 2. Okay, so it was here, right up against the, in the last slot, and I'm going to move it down 2. Okay, so that's where we're going to stamp this time. Like so. And then we'll move it down 2 more. There's 2 more. There we go. It's not good when you can not count 2. But that was 2. Okay. So now we'll get this out the way so we don't have an ink catastrophe. And I'm going to clean off my stamp. Okay, and then I'm going to place the stamp back on the cardstock, like that. But it's gonna be down a little bit. See how it's down? So we're gonna have an uneven little doodah, and then we'll pick it up like that and do it again. Zaina, why are you up at midnight? My goodness. I appreciate you watching though. That's very kind of you. All right, and then we'll just do this again. Come down and give it an ink. And there we go. Okay, so that is that. I'm gonna pick it up and set it out aside and do a little tidying up, because otherwise you never know. Tuxedo Black. Did you know that Tuxedo Black walks around? Hey, Sherry. Hey, Gail. Appreciate you guys joining. All right. Had a power nap. There you go. Did you know that Tuxedo Black can walk on its own? I did not know this. It can be sitting clear over here and somehow get over here. I mean, I can't even. All right. So I'm going to show you a little trick here. I'm going to adjust my measurements because I can, because it's my card. So you see how I didn't get quite to the top? Let me show you how to fix that. Especially with a card that you are, you know, like making yourself, and it's your own design, and you can do whatever you want. So what I'm going to do, make sure it's really dry. Right now, this is a 3-inch piece, okay? 3-inch. Or it's actually 2 7/8. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 1/8 of an inch off of it and make it 2 3/4. And it'll still be perfect. Oh, that would be bad right there. Did you see what I almost did? Whoo, that could have been so ugly. So ugly. I'm going to do a little more measuring. You know what they say? Measure twice, cut once. All right, so I'm going to make it 2 3/4. I should probably aim for the 2 3/4 over here side. That was very close to being not good. Okay. So now I've cut that off, which means that I now have those little ornament hangers going all the way up the top. But now that this is 2 3/4, I want my mat to be 2 7/8. Okay. There we go. Easy peasy. So that's how you fix it if you aren't happy with what you did. All right, as this is getting dry, I'm going to pull out some blends and I'm just going to color my ornamentes. All right. Now I have my polished pink, my light polished pink, and I'm going to color, I'm going to color all of these polished pink. I'm not really trying to do a bunch of shading. If you want to do a bunch of shading, you can certainly try that. But what I'm doing is I'm making these the same all the way across. So wherever this ornament is, I'm going to color it exactly the same. So this is the light blend. Light polished pink, I think, yeah. Light polished pink blend. And we'll just color the top and the bottom. Now here's the thing. When I made my card front, I used this mint macaron piece. And so I decided that putting any Misty Moonlight in my ornaments would be too glaring. But you could make the same exact card using this design, and then I think it would be perfectly perfect to use your light Misty Moonlight to color some of your ornaments. So you can play around with this pretty DSP and kind of tailor your card to make you happy. Whatever makes you happy. But I was liking the mint and the pink. Supplies I'm working with often walk away, and I spent, yes, supplies and ink can just go all over the place. I saw a cute thing today. It said, explain your hobby badly. So like if you were deliberately trying to really mess up how you would tell someone what you do, how would you do that? And what I said is I get ink all over myself and occasionally on paper. And then I use a lot of glue and I hook stuff together. And then I add some jewels and a couple of bows. That was how I explained my little hobby here. How would you do that? Convinced my craft area is in the Bermuda Triangle. There you go, you see? All right, and now I'm going to take my dark blend and color this center band right here. Obviously, you can color your ornaments however you want. There are no ornament rules. I mean, you're already kind of breaking the rules by using pink for Christmas. Now, I do love this, but I'm going to tell you what. Green, Mossy Meadow, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake. Those are my real happy place colors. Just throwing it out there. Okay, so I'm going to take that same dark blend and I'm going to color the inside, this little star thingy right here. You can see I'm being very precise. Whoo, the precision level is almost overwhelming. It's like I'm building the space shuttle. Okay, and then I'm going to take my light mint macaron and color the outer part of that. But that nib is getting a little bit rough, so I'm going to use the bullet end. Note to self, need time for new mint macaron blends. Mare. Alrighty, we'll do that. You'll be glad to know I've done a bunch of the rest of the coloring for you already, so you don't have to watch me do this, because the only thing more boring for you it would be if I took a bag of Quikrete, poured water in it, and sat back and said, come on, let's watch this stuff dry. Okay, now let's see, we got one more. So now I'm going to take, look, when you have the Stampin' blends of a color, so you have the light and the dark, and if you already also have the Stampin' Right marker in that color, you have essentially got 3 tones of the same color, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm going to use the Stampin' Right marker version of polished pink. See how it's different yet than either of the other 2 that I've colored with the blends? So you can get 3 tones real easy. And that doesn't even count what you can do by using blender pens or color, you know, painting with a Stampin' or a blah, 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 clear wink of Stella glitter brush using the lid of your ink pad. Or you could watercolor with your ink pad. So there's all sorts of different ways to color with one Stampin' Up color, but get all different kinds of tones and values for that same exact color, which I think is pretty stinking cool. Yeah, you see, it's the little things that make us happy in our life, right? Okay, aren't these pretty? Wouldn't you like to have these on your white flocked tree? Do they even white flock trees anymore? Does that even happen? Is that even, you know, a thing? I belatedly found dies hiding under the Stamparatus thanks to Magnus. Absolutely. The other day I was doing my turnover. I keep all of my 12 by 12 DSPs in the drawer cabinets from Stampin' Storage. And I was doing the turnover, so pulling out all the old DSP and putting the new DSP in. And there was a stamp in there between two sheets of DSP. There was a photopolymer stamp, which fortunately I recognized and was able to put in the stamp case, but y'all, I didn't even know it was missing. That's how out of it I was. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to take my mint macaron, I think this is the dark one, but it doesn't really matter, and color this middle like so. And then we're going to simulate gold with our dark Daffodil Delight blend, and I'm going to just color the tops of the ornaments like that. Okay. You guys, can you even believe it is already August? Oh my gosh. You know what that means? That means that we are 3 days and asleep away from the new catalog going live, which means that the next time I show you this stamp set and this bundle, it will no longer be a sneak peek. It'll be the straight up real meal deal. Right? That is amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and not adhere this one, even though that would be very pretty. I'm going to go ahead and adhere my DSP. This is the Whimsy and Wonder again. Hard to decide which one is prettier. I love this one too, but I'm going to use this one because I want all the focus to be on my pretty ornaments that I just colored. So I'm just going to adhere this to my polished pink matte, and then I'll adhere this one to a polished pink matte. Lots of polished pink mattes. And then we will adhere it to the card front. And I like to use liquid glue here. There we go. And we're going to put the liquid glue on here and adhere this mat. Now I kind of just line everything up with my grid paper so that I can help myself get straight with the world. It's always good to be straight with the world. Okay. Now, before you came, I stamped some little doodads. I've got a couple of these holly leaves. They're stamped in tuxedo black and then colored with the mint macaron and polished pink blends. And I'm going to pop those up at the top. My penguin punch. Did you find it in the freezer? He was on the floor next to the vent soaking up the air conditioner. Kind of like Finn does. Yeah. Whenever I can't find Finn these days, I just go to the kitchen because he is laying right in front of that air conditioning fan vent that comes out at the floor there. He likes that. And then I'm just going to pop these on to right there, to right there. That was really good grammar, right? Okay. Alrighty. I know. It's good when we find stuff, right? As opposed to when we lose stuff. And then we'll put that right there. Okay. Now, I have some Blushing Bride. This is 3/8 inch frayed grosgrain ribbon. It looks like gross grain, but I think I was 50 before I realized that the S is silent. So don't be like me. The S is totally silent. Grosgrain. And this is brand new. It's Blushing Bride and it's beautiful. It's part of this suite. And I'm just doubling a length over it like so. And I'm going to take some of the white baker's twine from the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. And I'm going to tie a bow around it. Remember I told you about the surgeon's knot? We're going to use that again. Okay, so we're just going to keep it doubled. And I've said this before, I will say it again because it bears repeating. If you're a really good bow tire, you don't have to use as much extra as I do because I am not a good bow tire. Bow tire? Bow tire, yes. So I have to have a little extra to give myself any kind of a chance. Okay, here's how you do these kind of knots, and I think they work really well when you're trying to double some ribbon, okay? So you do a regular overhand knot, just a regular overhand knot, and then go take the one on the right and go back through one more time. Now when I pull it snug, instead of releasing, like if I'd only gone through once, it would just release as soon as I let it go. But instead of doing that, now it is staying exactly how snug I want it to be. Okay, so that is called a surgeon's knot. At least that's what I learned way back 1,000 years ago from a veterinarian. And then we'll just tie a little bow. All right. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate it. All right, and we're going to just tidy this little bow up like so. And it's going to be on there in a horizontal configuration, so we want the bow to be parallel to the ribbon. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a little piece of my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I want the ribbon right about there. Right about there. Okay. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the Stampin' Seal Plus and run a length, and then adhere it like so. And once you have it, you can kind of play with the bow a little bit. And I'm going to shorten it just the tiniest bit. Like so. There we go. And then I'm going to take a couple of dimensionals and I'm going to add it right above the bow. What I did here is I took the Whimsical Trees Sentiment, Let Your Heart Be Light, I love it, and I stamped it in polished pink on another piece of the same DSP that I'd used as the card front, okay? And I'm just going to pop it right here, right above the bow. So the easiest way to do that is to take my dimensionals and put them right on the card front, like that. Okay, that way you're not trying to make sure they're in the right spot on your sentiment so that they're not on top of the bow and getting all lumpy bumpy. You don't want that. Nobody wants lumpy bumpy. Okay, so there's that, and then we'll just put this on like so, kind of tucking it under the twine. And what I did is I lined the edge up with the edge of the card front right there, like so, just like that. Cut this off to make it a little tidier, and then I'm going to take a I'm going to get another one of those because I want the small version. Oh shoot, yep, gonna have to open a new one. These are the Genial Gems, and I think they're so pretty. They are in clear and mint macadam. Thank you, Faith. And I'm going to take a small one and I'm going to adhere it to the sentiment. And that, as they say in some industry somewhere, is that. And then if you don't like your bow, you can kind of play around with it and make it prettier. Okay, so for the inside, this is where we're aiming. We're going to stamp a sentiment and another bit of holly and get them colored up on some basic white. Easy peasy. Look at that. 9 times out of 10, I don't call it whisper white. I'm almost trained. It's been what, like 1.5 years, 2 years? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to have May the Love of the Season warm your heart. Warm your heart. warm your heart and warm your home and fill your heart. I see what I was doing. I was trying to make heart and home in the same word. Now remember my tip when you're using one of these red rubber stamps called the cling stamp. However straight this sentiment is, depends on how good a job you did putting the sticker on and how good a job the factory did engraving that. So if you have a chance, I recommend that you stamp it on something that gives you a register line. So your grid paper, for example. And that looked pretty close, okay? So we'll just go ahead and stamp it right in the center and line it up as good as I can. Hold it for a beat. Don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. There we go. And then we'll close this up. And I'm going to now stamp some holly. And I'm going to be all efficient and stuff. And I'm going to also stamp my envelope. And I'm going to do this in tuxedo black. I always feel, whenever I pull this tuxedo black out, I feel like I do when if I put a white t-shirt on. I just know I am challenging the gods of ink to get on me. I'm going to put that there and set it aside, and then I'll put this in each corner of my envelope. Like that. We'll do a quick color and a little bit of ink-a-dink winking, and we'll be done. Yeah, I know, you saw that. I saw it too. Okay. All right, we'll set that aside and get this colored up right quick. Polished pink, light polished pink for my little berries. Berries, little berries. Remember, when you are using Stampin' Blends on an envelope, you want to press lightly. Do not press down very hard, because it's real easy to push down too far and get ink bled through. If you're concerned, take one of the window sheets. Now, all of the photopolymer stamp sets come with a thick window sheet and a thin one. So use either one of those, stick it into your envelope, and protect the back of your envelope from your Stampin' Blends. Okay? Or you can be very brave, like I'm being right now, and just do it. Do it freestyle. And I'm using my, I don't know which one this is, my dark mint macaron. Doesn't really matter, obviously, as you should be aware of by the fact that I couldn't even tell you which one this was. Okay, guys, just so you know, so some calendar cleanup. The 2nd of August, which is day after tomorrow, Monday, is the last day that you can take advantage of the DSP sale. Do not miss 15% on your DSPs from the annual catalog. Okay? Tomorrow night, I'm just running down it in my head. Tomorrow night is when my shares, my DSP shares, close. So if you're still wanting some DSP from the new catalog, including this Whimsy and Wonder, yes, you want it, yes, you want it. Go into my blog real quick like a bunny and get signed up for a DSP share, okay? Let's see what else. The bundles are still open. This bundle, this is in one of the bundles. I would have to look and tell you which one right off the top. Oh, goodness. Hopefully it'll come back. Okay, we're back. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? I hope we're back. I neglected to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. My apologies for that. If there was a break in the video, there probably was, but I hope everybody's back now. All right. Let's see. So bundles are still open for another week or so. And then on Tuesday is the big day. Tuesday is just straight up the big day. And that is the day you can order from this catalog everything you want. Hey, Vicki. Yeah, it was my phone. Somebody always wants to call me right in the middle of this. And 7 times out of 10, I remember to put the phone on Do Not Disturb. But sure as shooting, those 3 times that I don't do it is when somebody wants to call. And you know what it probably is? Either my social security number has been compromised, my credit card limit has been reached on a credit card I don't have, or my car warranty is expiring. One of those things. And it's always very important. Or wait, they'd like to offer me a student loan. I don't quite know why they all want to give me a student loan when I'm so stinking old. I haven't had a student loan for like 1,000 years. All right. Now I'm putting this into a Blushing Bride card base because it's real pretty, and that is one of the coordinating colors. Remember, one of the really cool things about Stampin' Up, is the color coordination is done for you. Stampin' Up tells you what colors to put together. So even if you don't know what colors to put together, you can put the colors together because Stampin' Up tells you. All right, so you know what else starts on Tuesday, right? Celebration. And there are so many free goodies you can get. There's an awesome new, I got to show you this because I just thought of it. This is called In Your Words, and this is a host set, right? So during Celebration, if you have an individual order of 300 or more, or you host a workshop, and I can give you a host code, you give it to 3 or 4 of your friends, boom, you're over 300, and you get this stamp set free. It has got amazingly wonderful sentiments in it, and the reason it does is because Stampin' Up asked Stampin' Up demonstrators what things would be fun to say on cards, okay? So we've got Hope Your Day is Fantabulistic. That's fabulous and fantastic all in one. Life is full of ups and downs. Hold on tight. Be who you were born to be. Hope this card makes you smile. I love the sentiments in here. So this is a great thing. It's only going to be available August and September during Celebration, okay? So that is for 300 individual or 300 workshop. And of course, it is the most perfect time of the year to join Stampin' Up! If you ever have thought you'd like to do that. This would be a great time because not only do you get your $125 worth of awesome goodness for just $99 and free shipping. I know y'all love free shipping. Everybody's always saying, Mary, we want free shipping. Well, with the starter kit, you get free shipping. Just saying. Deborah, they already want to sell me Medicare supplements because my husband is 65, and so they call him a lot, even though we have TRICARE, which is our supplement. And so it's like, God, please leave us alone. Anyway, this is a great time to join. You get your starter kit, and there's a list of like 10 bundles that you can pick one of for free from the January catalog, or the new catalog, sorry, the mini catalog. So you get your Stampin' starter kit, whichever you want, up to $125, and then you get to pick one of those bundles. And that means, depending on the bundle, like another $65 worth of goodness. Okay, so now it's very important that I put this on right side up. TRICARE for life. There you go. Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all for your service. I'm trying to tell myself it's good. I've been TRICARE Prime, well, ever since they stopped doing, you know, the kind of medical care that they said they were going to. All right, there we go. Oh, I want another genial gem there. I really love these little guys, so I'm going to use an extra one in here. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't put an embellishment on the inside. It's your card. Do what you want. Okay. We've already got the front of our envelope done, and I'm going to put a little bit of this Mint Macaron DSP on there. And we'll be ready to roll. This will be a Dunske card. Dunske. Okie dokie dokie. And we'll give that a quick fussy cut. Thank you, Lois. Appreciate it. Thanks, Linda. I do love this color palette. I really, really do. Whoop, whoop. See it jump right out of my hands? Just like Tuxedo Black can go everywhere without appearing to even move. That one just jumped right out of my hands. Tidy that up a little bit. I got a little bit jiggy with it. There we go. Alrighty. And there is a pretty non-traditional color scheme, but one that I love. Who would not love this? I mean, that just, doesn't it make you smile? It makes me smile. This makes me smile. All right. All right, guys, I appreciate you spending part of your weekend with me, and I will see you next Thursday at, I don't even know what time. 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock on Thursday for my YouTube video. Don't even know what we're going to do, but it'll probably have something to do with this brand new catalog. Get your ordering fingers ready for Tuesday morning, and have a great rest of your weekend and a great start to your week. Thank you so much. Be safe. Bye.